Hey, you! Stop what you're doing at once and buy a baritone guitar. Today's video is going to be a couple reasons why you should pick one up. Let's get into it. So what is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. My name's Ray. I'm a guitar player here on YouTube. Thank you for sitting through that silly little introduction, man. But yeah, let's get into it. About a week ago, I made a video talking about why you shouldn't get a baritone guitar. And that video has done very, very well. At the time of this filming, it has over 20,000 views, I believe. So that's amazing. So thank you guys so much for that. But now I want to do a nice little addendum, a nice little continuation of that conversation. And now we're going to be talking about why you should. If you want to play along at home, leave your thoughts down below in the comment section about baritone guitars, if you should get one or if you should not get one and why, and we'll have a nice conversation. With that being said, let's kick off my list on why you should get one. The first reason why you should get a baritone guitar, at least for me personally, is because it is so inspiring to play. So I've personally been a baritone guitar player and almost exclusively a baritone guitar player within reason for the better part of 18 months, we'll say. It'll be 2 years this fall, ever since I became obsessed with baritone guitars, right? So in the almost 2 years that I've been playing baritone guitars, every time I pick one up, I always seem to be inspired and come up with something new. Whether it's a new riff, new song idea, song structure, chord progression, whichever, man. I always find myself being inspired and creative on a baritone guitar. In the almost 2 years I've been playing them non-stop, in my opinion, I haven't run out of ideas, and I just continue to pull out, you know, just what I think are really inspirational and fun creative riffs for original content on baritones. And yeah, man, I'm just excited because I haven't hit my writer's block yet, and I feel like baritones allow me to be creative in a different way and think about the guitar in a different way. So reason number one, I find them incredibly inspirational and motivating to create. Reason number two is the sound of a baritones. Generally speaking, baritones have a lot more clarity in a mixed context. Reason being for the clarity is the longer scale of a baritone allows you, the player, to have lighter gauge strings. And the kind of general rule of thumb and just general consensus about string gauges is the lighter the string gauge, the less low end that a string has. And that's just kind of a blanket statement, but there is some truth to that. Let's just say for this example, we have two guitars in drop B, a standard scale guitar and a baritone. Baritone guitar will always have more clarity and more punch, generally speaking, due to the lighter gauge string, and the longer scale length just allows for your notes to ring out more and have, just like I said, more clarity and more definition. So baritones definitely sound a little bit better compared to standard scale guitars when you drop them down pretty low. Reason number three why you should get a baritone guitar is the playability. These things are a little bit forgiving. Let me explain. If you have a heavy picking hand, for example, baritone guitars I think are for you, as you have bigger string gauges and you have bigger spacing between strings, so you can afford to be not sloppy per se, but less precise with a baritone. You have less strings to worry about as well, and you can dig in harder, and when you're moving around and when you're performing live, like when I'm performing live, I just find myself able to maneuver a baritone guitar much easier while performing as well. They're just easier to play live, less strings going on, bigger string spacing. They're just forgiving. That's the best way I can describe it, and a lot easier to play live. So playability is definitely a plus for me. All right, I got three more pros for you, and they kind of all coincide in the same realm, and it has to deal with like the trends of the guitar industry right now. So starting right off, another reason why you should get a baritone, why I think these are a good thing and a good investment, is because they're getting a little trendy, we'll say. They're getting a little popular. The fads, quote unquote, fad has a negative connotation. I'm not trying to undermine the previous fads of the guitar industry, but like the 8 strings and the 9 strings and multi-scale fan fret, that was huge starting, give or take, you know, I don't know, 6-7 years ago up until relatively recently. However, I just, in my own honest opinion, I see a shift now where baritones are kind of becoming a new thing. They've always been around, but like it seems like baritones may be in fact becoming a little bit more popular. In my opinion, I think they are. Of course, I could be incredibly biased, but I just think they're starting to pick up some steam and some traction, so I think it's a pro to start playing these things because I think we're going to be seeing them a little bit more. So you might want to become a little familiar with a baritone, just not only for curiosity, but I think they're becoming like a more popular tool to use. However, for the time being, my next point, this is a nice little segue, is they're a little bit rare and still kind of unique and a niche market for the guitar industry. So if you want to be a little unique, I guess, play a baritone. That's kind of what I did. Which will be kind of towards my last bulletin point of this video. But yeah, for right now, baritone guitars are still a really niche thing. So if you want to kind of separate yourself from the pack, I recommend trying a baritone, see if you can come up with something a little different, something a little new and refreshing that you previously never thought possible because you never tried one of these things. Like I said in the very beginning of this video, they're incredibly inspiring. So if you kind of want to separate yourself and try something a little unique and a little niche, try a baritone. And the last point of this video, I've already kind of said it, but I'll just say it right here. Baritone guitars, at least for me personally, just allowed me to create my own path. You know, called how it is. I was known as like the Slipknot fanboy for a long time. And it wasn't until I found baritones that I really found something that was inspiring to me. Nothing like anything previously that I grew up playing and or emulating or admiring. It was something completely fresh and new. And now over the course of, like I said, about 2 years, people kind of know me as a baritone guitar player. The fact that people know me for anything remotely positive is amazing. So yeah, baritones and I have become kind of synonymous with each other. I'm honored to even say that in a way. But it's cool how like my obsession and passion for something at the time that was completely fresh really has made me stick out against, you know, everybody else in a weird kind of way. And I feel like I'm carving my own path with a baritone. So I recommend that to anybody else. If you're looking to try something new and different, try a baritone. It's allowed me to kind of create my own vision for, you know, the foreseeable future. I could get sick of baritones down the road, but for right now, I'm loving them. Anyway, I think baritone guitars would definitely be something to try out, as it has allowed me to create my own path with the guitar. So everybody, those are my reasons why I think you should get a baritone guitar. Leave your thoughts down below again on baritones. If you like them, if you don't like them, why or why not. And if you agree or disagree with my bulletin points in this video, my talking points, by all means, let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys. All right, everybody, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I am out of here. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay metal. I'll see you guys next time. Later.